Hey guys, so today I am just going to get ready. That's it. I have no plan. I have been overthinking making a YouTube video for a while and I don't want to do that anymore. So I am not going to. And some of you might be like, whoa, another get ready with me. Well, yeah. You guys don't even sound like that, but that's the voice I use for the shitty commenters who like say dumbass shit and then like I get irritated with them. It's so interesting because, is it so interesting? What the hell? I just opened my Tatcha water cream and that was stuck to the inside of it. I'm just gonna talk about what's going on in life and why I'm so infrequent. And you know what? People are like, you're infrequent because you're a mom. Hell yeah, that is why. Woo! The last time I was on here, and I've talked about this in a few different places, but I was talking about how my kiddo is teething. Teething is another beast, but his top 2 teeth came in. But directly right after the top 2 teeth came in, developmental leap, 6. Now, when you're a parent, you have to learn about things like leaps. Like, who even knows what that is? Like, that's not something I ever thought I would research and or care about, some kind of leap. Like, leap. But you care when you're in it because you're like, what's happening? And it's an answer to what's happening. Oh, by the way, yeah, I cut my hair. I cut all my hair off and I'm so happy about it. I was so unhappy with the way that my hair was like looking, and every single video, every time I would see myself, I went and I chopped a lot off and I feel so much better about it. I have the worst postpartum hair loss, the worst. It's kind of slowing down now, which is amazing. But for a minute there, like I'm not even exaggerating, I was losing handfuls of hair in every single shower. And I was like, I don't know how much hair I can lose past this point. Like I don't have any hair left to lose. But it's gotten way, 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 way better. It seems like over the last few weeks, the hair loss has slowed, but my hair's so thin. So I needed to chop it off so that it feels a little bit thicker, because the shorter my hair is, the thicker it looks. So I will say, back to what we were saying. Developmental leaps are basically like, so there's like growth spurts, I think is what they would used to call them, like back in the day. And then there is people that discovered that babies go through these developmental leaps, meaning like, it's not that they're physically growing necessarily, but that their brain is learning these new things, and that children tend to learn these things around the same time. Like, let's say 4 months and then 6 months and then 8 months, these children will learn these skills, and the skills kind of like coincide with a time frame, and so they can give you like a general idea of when your kid might be like ultra fussy, not sleep, not super hungry. And then around those same times, your kid also like develops skills. So like my baby right now, he's learning the pincher grasp. So before it's the palmar grasp, I think. So like they would pick things up like this, but now he's like picking things up with his tiny little fingers. It's really cute. Also like imitating. So now if I say mama, mama, he goes mama, mama. It's so fucking cute. But because he's learning all of these things, like he's trying to learn to, you know, stand up on things and crawl and all that kind of stuff. During these developmental leaps, they are like a nightmare to be around, because his emotions are like, right now he'll go from being somebody that's like just like loses his actual mind, and mama's not doing that great during it, because I don't know what's wrong with him, and I'm a fixer by nature. Like I'm like, okay, there's a problem, let's find a solution. And that's the thing with babies, there's not always a solution, because there's not always a direct problem. The problem is that you're learning new stuff, and your reaction to that is to scream. Because you don't know what's going on. You don't know why you feel this way. You're extra tired. And my kid won't nap. Like I don't need suggestions. I've literally tried everything. It's just who he is as a person. He will not take naps longer than 30 minutes. It just is what it is. But it makes him ultra tired and really difficult, because he's so tired, but he just won't sleep. And I've tried all the things, the pitch black room. I've tried everything. Anyway. That's not what this is about. But that's why we've been in the struggle bus for the last few weeks, because it went from teething to leap, and he is struggling and I'm struggling. And that's why we're sitting here today, because I needed a moment. So Zach took him for like hours this morning so I can have a minute, because I haven't had a second away for weeks, and I haven't been able to film. I haven't been able to do anything, like much less even take care of myself or put makeup on. And just a little bit of a break is really rejuvenating. And I feel like we all deserve a little bit of a break here and there. And I haven't had one in so long, and it's really, really nice. It's not because Zach won't give me one. It's because of the extreme amount of guilt I feel when I take a break. And I think that I am done allowing the guilt to creep in, because it's not serving me anymore to be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not allow anyone else to like help because of the guilt. Like, get over the guilt, let yourself take a break. And that's where I'm at right now. And it feels really nice. I've had the morning, I was able to get my workout in, and I was able to take a shower. Now I'm sitting down filming, so I'm getting some work done, and they're fine. He's fine. He's with his dad. He's well taken care of, and I just need to relinquish some control. I'm a very not controlling person. I'm pretty laid back in a lot of ways, but I like to make sure that everyone else is well taken care of, but that's to the detriment of myself. Absolutely. I'm one of those people that will 100% secure everyone else's airbag and then be like, oh, I'm dying. That's just me to a T. So I'm not doing that anymore because it's not working. It's no longer serving me, and it's not good for anybody else either. I just need to relinquish some control. It's really hard for me. But here we are. So speaking of exercise, I have been exercising for the last week to 2 weeks, and that's not a ton. We go for walks every single day. That's something we do every day, probably like a 2-mile walk every day. But that's not getting my heart pumping. It's not getting my blood moving and getting me sweating. It's not exercise, you know what I mean? It's just getting out in nature. But I started doing my Peloton. I wasn't going to talk about the Peloton because it's dumb expensive, and I protested buying it for the longest time. But I got a gym membership, never go to the gym. I tried running. I wasn't holding myself accountable enough. I tried all these different things, and I just don't feel like they were the thing. I could never stick to them longer than a couple of days, and then I'd be like, eh. But the Peloton, dude, it's the answer for me. I don't think it's the answer for everybody, because I've heard that there are a lot of people out there who are like, it wasn't really for me, and then they sell them. So honestly, if you're looking for one, maybe look on like a Facebook marketplace or something like that first, because a lot of people it's not their vibe. But for me, I didn't think it was going to be mine either. So I got it and I didn't use it for a while. It just kind of sat there, and I was like, I don't know. I started using it, and I look forward so much to my workout every day. It's like my favorite thing. It is the most healing, rejuvenating, fun, most incredible thing. I swear, I feel like it's going to change my life. I can't make that claim yet, but I already feel like when I get off the Peloton, I feel so much better. Now, you don't absolutely have to have a Peloton. You could get any bike, but what I like about it is it's like you've got your classes and everything on there, and then it tells you like your cadence and your resistance and everything like that. And I just really like the coach, Cody Rigsby. He's amazing. Well, he's not a coach. What would you call him? Like a instructor. I just really like him. I like his vibe. I love how he listens to like fun, upbeat pop music, and I enjoy exercise for the first time in my life. For the actual first time in my life, I am so enjoying exercise. It feels absolutely amazing to get on that bike and to just pedal my worries away. There's a spider on my ceiling right there. We're going to talk about spiders in a second, because I've had 3, 4, 5 incidents, now 6, in the last 3 days regarding spiders. We're going to get there. Hold, please. I'm going to finish my Peloton talk because I tend to bounce all over the place. Wow, what a difference in just how good I feel. The first ride that I did, I actually almost threw up after, because I was like, dude, I am so out of shape. I have not moved my body like this in an extremely long time, like since way before I got pregnant. And I just haven't moved my body like that in such a long time. And it felt real bad, man. The first day I was like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And I did a beginner ride, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And I just got back on the next day, because I was like, you know what? I'm never going to get stronger, and I'm never going to get better at this if I don't try. And so I hopped on the next day. And each day I feel stronger and stronger, and I feel better and better. And not only that, but it just, not even just physically, but mentally, it helps my day go better. It puts me in a really good headspace for the day. It's just like, oh my God, what a game changer. I really feel like confident in saying that if you've been on the fence, wondering if you'll like it, wondering if it's worth it, for me, all I can speak for is myself, and if you can swing it, I really, really like it. Like, I absolutely love it, and I feel like it's going to be it's the one time I've ever in my life, and I'm 33 years old, it's the one time I've ever looked forward to exercising. I've never did with a gym membership. I never did with anything else. Everything else was always like, I have to go exercise. And this doesn't feel like exercise. It feels like fun, especially with Cody Rigsby, because he is so energetic and he's so fun. He's just so fun. And I absolutely love him. So if you've been wondering, I'm gonna say, if you can swing it, if it's something that you've been interested in, but you just didn't know if it was worth it, I'm gonna say, I think it is. But that's just coming from me. So it's a commitment, but I'm sure you could sell it if you didn't like it. Like, I'm sure you could sell it somewhere if it wasn't working out for you, because I think there's a lot of people out there interested. But anyway, it's been absolutely amazing for me. I just find that I get up in the morning and I can't exercise soon enough. That's how like excited I am to get on my Peloton. It's just been amazing. I haven't been doing it for very long, so I'm not like somebody that can speak to like, oh, I've been doing it for 6 months and these are the results I've had, but I already feel stronger in the couple weeks I've been doing it, and I absolutely love it. I love it so much. I got my shoes from Amazon. I didn't get them from Peloton, and I like my shoes a lot. Like, you have to have special shoes. I did not know that, so I bought the bike and I had no idea that you have special shoes, but your feet actually click into the bike so that your feet can't like fall off of the pedals, and wow, what a difference that makes, for crying out loud. But yeah, it's wonderful, and I love it so much, and it's been an amazing addition to my day. And especially, like, I'm doing it for my physical health, yes, but I'm doing it for my mental health, because I need to move my body in order to feel okay. And it's a good moment for me to take a minute to myself. It's something that I really, really enjoy doing now, and it really does, for a few hours after doing it, make me feel so much better. And I'm hoping that as time goes on, I can feel even better. And it's not gonna hurt, that's the thing. Like, there's no downside to exercising. So I'm really excited to keep up on it and see where things go. So yeah, Peloton. I love my Peloton. I can't believe it. I didn't know how I would feel. And I have seen a lot of people liking them, and I never knew if it would be something for me or not, but it's for me. Something in my eye. Okay, so speaking on spiders, how I said I wanted to tell you. Okay, so we have a Catio. We built a Catio for our cats. Catio is basically like an outdoor enclosure that's completely closed off, so nothing can get in, the cats can't get out, but they could be outside. It's really, really nice. We built this like awesome Catio. I actually have a video of us building it on my other YouTube channel if you guys are interested in checking it out. We have a window from our inside going to the outside, and right now there's like an opening so things can get in, like bugs. We've had some bugs come in. It hasn't been that bad, but we're like, you know, kind of nearing the end of summer right now. And you guys, the amount of spiders we have had in our house in the last few days, staggering, horrifying, big. Be warned, I'm about to show a spider, so if you're like arachnophobic, you might want to look away for just a second. Bro, this was in my kitchen last night running at me. I could see its shadow in the moonlight. Huge. And this thing you're seeing it in right now is not a cup. That is that's a pasta container. So it's like this big around. So that spider you're seeing, I'm not kidding, it was this big. It was massive. And I screamed, I put it under there, I took it outside, thank God. I really try not to kill spiders unless like, I don't recall the last time I killed a spider. I did accidentally last year, but I don't kill anything. Like, I don't kill bugs or anything. You guys, this morning, so we have this play area for my son, and it is like we got this like cushy couch-like material, and we sit there and we play in the mornings and stuff like that. By the way, if you're wondering what the palette I used is, I used Puffball from my ColourPop RawBeautyKristi palette, and then this is Woodsy. But any shades like this, like, you can recreate this. But we were sitting there, and I was standing in the kitchen, and I was looking over, and Zach was sitting there with baby, and I said, oh my God, there's a spider on you. And there was a spider on my husband. It was probably about this big. Wolf spider. It was crawling on my husband and ran away from him, and it crawled up on my son and crawled all over his body. I picked him up and I was screaming and I was shaking him to get the spider off of him. And as I was doing that, it was crawling up his body. It was crawling on his legs. It was one of those spiders that was super fast too, so that you can't like escape them. Like, you guys, it was so awful. It was so creepy. And not only that, but I found 2 dead spiders in my house. One was about this big, one was like this big, and they were dead, thank God. But my cats killed them, I think, in the night. Thank you, cats. Thank you so much. But you guys, they're everywhere. I got in the shower this morning. Guess what was in the shower? Spider. Up here right now, spider crawling on the wall. He was on the ceiling right here. He's over on the wall. This one's small, so I don't care. But the shower one was about this big. got him outside, didn't kill him. You guys, they're all coming in right now, and they're wolf spiders. So I don't know if you know anything about like wolf spiders, if you have them in your state, but they are unfathomably fast. They are so fast, and they are just immediately across the room. Like you can't be faster than these spiders. Like this is how fast they move. Like, oh my God. I'm not even super scared of bugs, but like when they are slow, no issues. But when they're fast like that, and it was crawling on my baby, like, oh, and he didn't even notice, of course, because he's a little baby. He doesn't notice stuff like that. Dude, I don't want to give him a complex. I don't want to make him scared of spiders, but I'm not even scared of spiders, but I don't want you on me, and I don't want you in my house. I have like outside, live your best life. Be free. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to spray my yard, but I want to. So we also have these spiders in the grass. I don't know what they're called, grass spiders or whatever, but we're in the middle of the woods, you know? So when you look at the grass outside, like when you see my property and I'm like showing it and it's like, oh wow, it's so beautiful and magical. No, it is, but like, you're not gonna sit in that grass. You're not gonna go ground yourself outside. You're not gonna stand in that grass with your bare feet. Because if you look at the grass, it looks like the grass is swaying in the wind, but what you're seeing is not swaying in the wind. It is 100 million grass spiders. And they're fast and they're creepy and they are by the millions. I'm not exaggerating. My yard probably has 1 million spiders in it. So Mama's gonna reduce the amount of grass that we have. Yep, I am. We're gonna do a lot of hardscaping outside, like cobblestones and like pathways that are like not grass, because basically any level of grass that we have outside is completely unusable anyway. Like you're not going to sit in it with your kid. You're just not. So we don't. And yeah, dude, it's so gross. Oh my God. My sister came over and I was like, look at the grass. And she's like, what? And I'm like, look, just look. And if you just stare, she was like, shut up. It's so gross, dude. And the grass spiders are only about that big maybe, but they're black and they are super duper 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 fast. Like they move at a level you couldn't catch one if you tried. They're almost like jumping spiders. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about spiders because this is like the worst get ready with me ever. Me just sitting here talking about something that nobody wants to talk about at all. We got air conditioning. That was something that I haven't like talked about on here, but I told you guys like we had a heat wave where it was like in the hundreds for multiple days and we couldn't be home. We just had to go hang out at Target because many houses in Washington state do not have air conditioning because it just typically, when I say Washington state, I mean Western Washington. We have Eastern Washington, which is like desert. Probably everyone over there has AC, but over here in Western Washington, very few people do because we typically don't need it. It only gets hot and it never has been in the hundreds here. It was record-breaking temps during that time, and it's never been hot enough to typically need AC. But it was so hot here, we were literally just like hanging out at Target, like hanging out at anywhere but this house. And I'm not gonna do that every single year. So we went to, we called a company and had them come out, and we have air conditioning, and it is amazing. This is what having AC is like. Dude, it is life-changingly good. So we got it and it is officially in and wonderful and we are obsessed with it, and it has been so cool in our house and it's a game changer. So we have it and I'm very excited about it. It has been so nice to not like, our house just stays at a really beautiful 68 to 70, and it'll save us money on our heat bill in the winter too, because we have propane heat before and our heat bill was crazy. So it's gonna be really nice and I'm very happy about it. We have at multiple points been like, this was the best decision ever, and it took 3 days to get installed, but after installation, like, it's been a dream. Not an issue. So I asked on Twitter, but I would love to hear your feedback here on YouTube. I want to branch out and really, I mean, obviously in this video, like, I'm not talking about makeup at all, but I would love to branch out and discuss other topics that just have nothing to do with makeup. Like, I love makeup. I've been doing this for like 10 years and I think it's fun to do, but at some point, like, branching out. I feel like I have so many more things to say about things that aren't makeup related, you know? I just want to delve into other topics and know if any of you guys care to hear my opinion, almost podcast style. I'm a podcast gal. I don't know about you guys, but I listen to podcasts every single day, especially Office Ladies podcast is my favorite, but I listen to multiple different ones. But I would love to know if there's anything that you guys would be interested in hearing me deep dive on that is non-makeup related, just, you know, hearing my opinion or my take on it. I did that video where I discussed like drama and beauty community stuff, and I'm not gonna become a drama channel, don't worry. But I did love talking about things. I would like to just discuss other topics that are of interest to you guys. Maybe you'd like to hear me dive a little bit deeper into, and, you know, just branch out into some other things. I can even do my makeup while talking about them, and that'd be a good way to get ready for the day, because I really want to start like getting ready and putting my face on in the beginning of the day so that I can sort of have some semblance of who I was prior to having my son, because it's really easy to sort of get lost in the identity of motherhood. And I have a lot, I mean, I could talk about motherhood stuff all day long, but frankly, the more you talk about it and the more open and honest I am about it, the more shit I get and the more hatred I get. Because if you're not fully like just blissfully living in this cloud, like, I love my son more than I've ever loved anything in this world, but I tend to give the very real account of what I experience in this role and this journey of motherhood. And some people don't like that. They think, well, why would you put yourself in this situation? You should only be happy. What about all the other people who like, there are a lot of like what ifs and why don't, and I understand that, but I could sit there and talk about that all day long, because I have so much to say. It's the majority of what my life is now, you know? And makeup isn't the majority of what my life is anymore. It was for the longest time. It was the thing that I lived and breathed for. And now I live and breathe for my son and for my mental health and for life and for growing food, and which is why our other channel is so important to me, because it is what my life has transitioned into. And it just is the case. Like, I can't change that I've changed. Things change. And while makeup is like interesting and I love the transformation and I love feeling good about myself and like glamming, I don't glam every single day. And I'm not even gonna say that I do, I just don't. And I love makeup and I love talking about it, but I've been talking about it for 10 years. I'm sure it would be good to branch out to discuss other topics. So what would you guys be interested in hearing me talk about that is outside of just like the beauty space? Because I have a lot to say about a lot of things, and who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just some lady on the internet. Who am I to be listened to? But I think that sometimes different perspectives are necessary and really enlightening, and sometimes you didn't quite think about that until somebody else said it, and that's how I feel a lot of times. It's just nice for me. Sometimes I need the solidarity, and I feel like, especially with what's going on in the world right now, a lot of people are feeling really lonely and feeling like they don't have somebody to talk to. I know I do. I don't see anybody. I am just at this house all day long with my husband and my son, and sometimes that can feel really isolating, and like you just need adult human interaction, even if that's in the form of like a podcast or in the form of just hearing somebody else talking online and being like, yes, that's how I feel too. And if that's not how you feel, that's totally fine. But for me, I like knowing that I'm not alone in a lot of these emotions, or that, you know, somebody else can offer me a different perspective, or maybe I totally disagree with them, but it's nice to just hear like that other people are out there and experiencing things and maybe can just relate. It's nice for me. I like to know that I'm not alone in things, because sometimes when I feel alone, it can feel really isolating and like I like, why am I the only one who feels this way? And the internet has proven in many ways that that's just not true. It's just not the case. So I would love to know if you guys have any interesting topics you would like me to discuss. Leave them down in the comments, and I would absolutely love to switch up and try some new things out, and obviously still talk about beauty and, you know, do things as they feel like they come to me, but not just stick into this because my name is RawBeautyKristi, the Raw and the Kristi. There's 3 sections, and the beauty is just one part of that, but the other parts, you know, that's life. So, all right, I gotta go feed my little Bubba. I can hear him down there, and he's probably hungies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like hanging out with me. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to hear from you down in the comments, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! Instantaneously Orange. It's the name of my new band. It's just getting worse by the second. It's so bad. Stop.